So Bite of Wellness, two best friends, changing the world, one real conversation at a time. Welcome, Da Geekster. Da Geekster. That's good. I like that. Cartman Griffin. Yes. Hey, welcome, guys. So, Bite of Wellness, we like to have real conversations, some that people don't necessarily really want to have. And in my vulnerability, I can inspire other people's vulnerability to really be able to kind of look at the deep caverns of your heart that you might keep hidden and live a life hidden and not really living, kind of like in a coffin. So anyways, kind of living. I like to really live. So hey, if you are joining me right now, if you have an iPhone, if you slide up, you can share, or sorry, left to right, you can share this. If you have an Android, you can slide up and share this. You can follow us, Bite of Wellness. Follow us on Instagram, Bite of Wellness. And so what I want to talk about this morning is, this week we are talking about, thanks guys, thank you. We've been talking about the struggle being real and the struggle of relationships being real. Thank you, appreciate it. The struggle of relationships actually being real, struggle of friendship, marriage, boyfriends and girlfriends, just partnership in general. And the struggle doesn't really start to happen until we really try to get closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. So, like you first meet somebody and it's amazing. It's wonderful. Love the hearts, guys. Keep them coming. So the closer we get, it gets a little bit harder, because the closer I get to you, the closer you get to me, the more you know me. And usually we don't let people really know the horrible parts of us, the stuff that we don't like. And I know I am an extremely impatient person. I am very quick to speak. I know what I think and I'm not afraid to say it. Kind of like a tube of toothpaste where you like squeeze it out and you can't really get it back in. And there's times where I do that a lot. And then I have to go back and have to apologize to that person. And a lot of times, a lot of people don't see it until you really know me. And yes, I speak my mind, but I don't know that that's necessarily always the best thing, because sometimes my mind and my mouth are not on equal sides of my heart of like, hey, I want to speak this truth in love. So we've been talking about getting close and what that looks like. And for so many years, I'll be 35 next month. I am still single. I have no children. And yes, sometimes the truth hurts. It's true. But we should always speak the truth in love. And love doesn't have to sound like sunshine and roses. It just needs to come from a place of love. And I didn't always do that. So I'm like I said, I'm almost 35 years old. I've never been engaged. I've had men who said they wanted to marry me, but that freaked me out. And I've had the boyfriends that tell me that they love me, and I say, thank you. Awkward. And I have been on a journey probably the last 5 years of my life to really figure out who I am and the kind of woman that I desire to be and the kind of man that I so desire to marry, which I don't just want to marry anyone. I want to marry my best, the best for me, the best that God has for me. And so there's a whole lot of good. There are good men in the world, but a man that is my best, haven't come across it quite yet. And I'm okay with that. And so the struggle is real, Superman. Yeah. The struggle is real because I really could just date people. Like I could just, yeah, I date him and I dated him and that's fine. And I did that for a long time. And then I just decided, when I just date to date, knowing that, yeah, I'm not really sure about this, but it keeps me having company. It keeps me not having to go by myself to a party. Yeah. I serve the creator of time, so I'm not too worried about a clock. But so when I guys, how these, I lost my train of thought. It was probably good. But moving on. So when I just date to date to date to date to date to date, just so that I don't have to be by myself, I see that as a form of consumerism where I am using someone else to fill my needs because they're mine and I deserve it. So, so in my, no, I have not found Mr. Right. And I'm not looking for Mr. Right now either. So in my, I'm not interested in being a consumer of other humans. Being intimate with people just because it's something that I feel that I need, because I'm basically just using another human, and I'm not actually okay with that. But again, been there, done that. And so now the struggle in my life is that I'm 34 years old and most of my friends are married with kids. So a lot of life is done by myself, showing up to parties by myself, Christmas mornings by myself, waiting for my family to get together to do their stuff, or Christmas nights or New Year's nights or New Year's Eves. And I mean, granted, I have plenty of friends, but there's certain times and places where my life has been spent doing a lot of things alone, and it's been okay. It's just a for real struggle. And so loneliness is a real struggle. I'm very, very comfortable in my own skin. I'm not insecure and going, what's wrong with me that nobody wants to date me or nobody wants to marry me? Like, that's not my struggle. It's been a journey for 5 years. For a long time, that was an issue, but it no longer is. So the reality of that, it could be 5 years until I meet somebody. It could be 2. It could be a week. I have no idea. But I want to continue to live my life and not say, when I meet him then, or I'm just going to wait around and not really do anything with my life until. But the struggle with loneliness is a very, very, very large reality in my life. And it has been for a long time. Sometimes it's a lot harder, and sometimes it's not so hard. But if I can't be okay with me you need a pet. No, I'm plenty busy. I don't need a pet. My pet would sit at my house and hang out because I'm never at home. So what I choose is to continue to live and 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 live, and knowing that, bam, at just the right time, I know. And I know there's probably another human out there wondering, where the heck is she? And so God bless that man. I'm over here. Just kidding. This isn't about me saying, poor pitiful me, I'm single. I really want to talk about the struggle of loneliness, because I know that there's other people out there. But then you can also be lonely in a relationship with another human because you're actually not with the right person. You're just with somebody to be with somebody, or you're not okay with yourself. And so because you're not okay with yourself, you really can't be something for anybody else. You can't fully be there for anyone because you're needing them to be something and to fill a void in your life that humans can't fill. And so my journey of singleness has also been a journey of loneliness, but not to a place of like, poor pitiful me, I'm gonna sit home on my couch because nobody likes me. Just that inner knowledge that there's a man who God has fashioned me from and for, and I might never feel totally at home or totally at rest until I actually meet him. And then knowing my brother-in-law says that when he saw my sister, 1% happiness, I don't know about that. But if that's your jam, then if you're okay with 1% happiness with an average human, then more power to you. But I'm looking for real. I want real. But 1% happiness won't be with another person. Yeah. But Wolf Picture Guy, can't remember what your handle was. He says that the moment that he saw my sister, he felt at home in her eyes. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's so romantic. But really, oh my gosh, I feel at home. Because when I feel at home, I know that I can go into any room of the house. I know that I can get into your refrigerator. I know that I can eat all the food in your cupboards. And it's okay. So I can put my feet up. I can take my shoes off, even if my feet stink. Okay? So when I feel at home, I feel like I can be real and I can be myself and I'll be loved for myself instead of somebody that I'm attempting to be because I'm trying to be something not so real for someone else. And pretending that I'm okay with the mediocrity of love, and I'm not really okay with love being mediocre. It's not for me. So knowing that, oh my goodness, I want to feel at home with you. I want to feel at home with my friends. I want to feel at home with the man that I marry. I want to feel at home with my children. I want my children to feel like they can be home, because home is a place that's cozy and it's comfortable and it's safe. But if we don't know that, then we don't ever feel like we can take off our shoes, put our feet up, and just enjoy being there because we're not home. And so, guys, the struggle is real to not just choose some human to fill my need of loneliness, to try and make me happy just so I don't have to be alone, or because it's like a weird stigma in our culture that if you're alone, then poor pitiful you, and you're just missing out on life. Like, no, I'm fully living my life. I do know that something is extra for me. There is an added bonus in life, but the struggle is real in relationships, guys, and the struggle is real outside of relationship. And the struggle being, I do not want to settle for mediocrity, but I also do not want to settle and just be with someone as a consumer and to use them to try and make me kind of happy. So I just wanted to share that today. And some of you may agree, you may not agree, and that's totally fine. I am where I am, but I just wanted to, as we talk about the struggle being real in relationships, I wanted to share my own struggle of loneliness outside of a relationship and not wanting to settle for just something so I don't have to be by myself. So, yeah, but you know what? I could wait, but I also can't force anything. I can't force anybody to choose me. So, anyways, thank you guys for hanging out. I gotta run. I got a client. I'm gonna go get somebody fitter. So thank you for joining me at Bite of Wellness. Again, please share this. We have a website, biteofwellness.com. Got some cool stuff coming. If you live locally in this area, we got some cool stuff coming. So biteofwellness.com. You can follow us on Instagram, Bite of Wellness, and follow us here at Periscope and share this. Have a great day, guys.